Trains need to run on time, but sometimes light snow gets in the way. In this case, the only option for the train is to rush to break through the piles of snow. Railroad snowblowers can be one of the least used maintenance units owned by the railroad. However, they are also some of the most important when it comes to cleaning a snow-covered train line. One of the first and most common types of railroad snowplows was the wedge plow. As the name suggests, the wedge plow used a simple wedge design in the following years made of reinforced iron or steel. For maximum productivity, these plows are as heavy as possible so that they can not only move large amounts of snow but also reduce the likelihood of the train derailing. The second type of the snow plows are rotary plows. Their main advantage was that they could move huge amounts of snow. The fan itself was driven by a steam engine, giving it the ability to move all that snow. The locomotive still had to push the cleaner, as did the wedge plow. However, he could do it at slower speeds, which was much safer for the team. They are very expensive to operate and are generally only required when there is an extremely large amount of snow during the winter season. They mainly travel to the western mountainous regions, such as the South Pacific. Introducing the Fractum Kinetic Demolition Hammer, the most powerful crushing machine to date. At first glance, the car looks pretty harmless. Before us is just a modest cabin of a crawler excavator and a long manipulator hammer. However, a real beast is hiding behind the external plainness of the device. Its power is so great that the device easily splits stones weighing more than 27 tons. In comparison, one such stone weighs as much as 20 cars. The Danish Fractum hammers of this line were first introduced in the mid-2000s and have since been positioned as a device for breaking oversized and difficult to recycle materials. The impact energy of the 200s model is 400,000 joules and a frequency of 7 impacts per minute, which exceeds the impact energy of the largest hydraulic hammers by 15 to 30 times. Destruction with a Fractum hammer is superior in efficiency to all other technologies of the world's market. The impact energy of the hammer is so great that the rock cannot absorb it. Fractum doesn't even penetrate the rock, it strikes only on its surface, and this is enough for effective crushing. Logging works are becoming more and more relevant every day. Fast and high-quality performance is possible only with the help of specialized equipment, harvesters. One of the most popular and functional models is the Ponzi Ergo. It is an ergonomic and very powerful machine for tackling the most demanding logging jobs. It easily copes with the task in most adverse conditions, on slopes, off-roads, in the presence of other obstacles. The Finnish manufacturer Ponzi began producing harvesters in the early 70s of the last century, gradually increasing production volumes and expanding the supply region. The company today deservedly holds the first place among manufacturers of wood harvesting equipment. Thanks to its optimal size and weight, the equipment is able to work with heavy and large trees in densely growing forest area without any difficulty. There are two elements of the success of the developers. First, minimum probability of overturning during movement and manipulation of oversized cargo. The second is uninterrupted operation of the engine in conditions of low oxygen content, for example in mountainous region. A powerful engine, low weight of about 20 tons, maneuverability, an active suspension system that evenly distributes pressure even on fragile ground. In addition, two types of manipulators, parallel or equipped with a retractable boom, an optimal working angle of 20 degrees, wide viewing windows for the driver, an ergonomic vehicle control system. All this makes work highly efficient and comfortable. The floating base of the Nautilus company. Nautilus Minerals, a Canadian deep-sea mineral company, has announced the charter of a special vessel, 227 meters long, which will serve as a floating base for the world's first underwater mining project at the coast of Papua New Guinea. It is the company that began commercial sea-based exploration for massive sulfide systems, a potential source of high-quality copper, gold, zinc and silver. A forage harvester is a farming tool that collects forage plants for silage. Silage is grass, corn and other plant that has been crushed into small pieces and compressed for storage in a silo or bags. Forage harvesters can be tractor-mounted or self-propelled machines. In any configurations, they have either a drum, knife head, or a flywheel with several knives fixed on it. It crushes and blows the silage out of the harvester chute into a wagon, which is either connected to the harvester or to another vehicle. The world's largest excavator, Bagger 293. Giant bucket wheel excavator built in 1995 is the industrial company Techno from Leipzig. In size, Bagger 293 roughly corresponds to the Egyptian pyramid of Cheops. This giant holds the world's record as the largest land vehicle in the world. As such, it was put in the Guinness Book of Records. A bucket wheel excavator is a continuous action device on tracked or rail-mounted undercarriage equipment that excavates the soil using working elements, buckets, scrapers or cutters, attached to a rotor wheel. The Bagger 293 excavator has a simple operating principles. It removes the rock layer with buckets on a rotor wheel, and the rock is transferred along a transport belt to the loading point. Now the giant machine is digging brown coal in large open pit in Germany. Each excavator produces coal per day to load approximately 2,400 train carriages. The excavator's crew consists of 5 people. Bagger is a real vehicle. It travels on tracks at a speed of about 0.6 km per hour. This is not to say that this is a high speed, but in few weeks the excavator can move from one quarry to another. The largest industrial shredder in the world. In an hour, it eats 450 cars. It's not a secret for anyone that in our time metal is an expensive material, which means, even used, it is actively collected and then recycled. And where, if not in old used cars, is there a lot of it? However, recycling a large car is not such an easy task, and for this purpose, special recycling equipment is created, which is called an industrial shredder in everyday life. The world's largest and therefore the most expensive industrial shredder is a machine worth approximately $22 million, called the Lynx system, which since 2006 has been operated by the English company Sims Group Limited. Equipped with a giant water-cooled 14-pole electric motor, the 40-ton Lynx system cuts metal parts of 450 used cars like a meat grinder in just 1 hour. However, despite its gigantic size, the Lynx works just like a conventional shredder. First, the cars arriving at the waste processing plant were dismantled, removing catalysts and mercury-containing parts from them. And then the machines are loaded into a shredder where they are shredded using different rolls, and the output is uniform chunks the size of a human fist.